a few shots, might hit a few blocks. Fuck a few thoughts. I need 2 more, might snap like a line, but I spit straight drop. So it's not. My team don't eat. I do the police. Big niggas don't speak. Cop killers in the heat. In the streets, I got the bro ski. These niggas they not gang. If you fall, then take his brain. You might come up with that drink. And you should know when the niggas got rain. Yeah, nigga, young nigga run that case go. Sticky in the bitch face go. Nigga cut up boots. It's all like my music. Niggas sound like, yeah, niggas know that goose. Man, this nigga in the standing here, I'm doing that. Okay, prove it. And then, man, show me cool. Yeah, little boy gon' make me do it. No idea what that far. Yeah, nigga been not trying. Yeah, that's right. That's what you got. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the try. Take it to try. These niggas they not gang. If you find me, take his brain. Get my brain. Nigga gang on my rank. Nigga rolling J close. Sticking in the bitch face go. Niggas cut up goose. It's all like my music. Niggas high right. Yeah, niggas all like goose. Man, this nigga standing here. Okay, prove it. And then, man, show me cool. Yeah, little boy gonna make me do it. No idea what that fire. Yeah, nigga been not trying. Yeah, that's right. That's how you die. I'm gonna take it to try. Stop, put me on the spotlight, I ain't that. Stop, put me on my spotlight, I ain't that. I already know what I'm rapping. I already know what I'm rapping. Spending this money in drugs. I got the pin of an addict. I'm leaning, she waking me up. I'm in the mix with the crackers. On Telegram looking for mud. I'm in the mix with the factors. I fell out of mix with a slut. I fell out of mix with the actors. I'm on like the movie that's good. New York girl tell me she's jacking. Make 300,000 off jackets. I send it back home with an accent. Make a track out almost backflip. I cut it off like magic. Whatever I buy, you can have it. I crash another whip. Ain't cute, but it is what it is. I'm popular, bro. What is his favorite gun was this? I'm 20K at 900. And the rate on look like shit. I fuck this out here, P. And he still wanna pay for the fee. Spent so much money on what? Ain't half of it back in my sleep. Damn, damn, hey. Try to pay me out my spot like I ain't that. I already know what I'm rapping. I already know what I'm rapping. Spending this money in drugs. I got your pin off an addict. I'm leaning, she waking me up. I already know what I'm rapping. Hey, try to pay me out my spot like I ain't that. I already know what I'm rapping. Spending this money on drugs. I got your pin off an addict. She leaning and waking me up. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, man. I have to. Yeah. I didn't see one by now, but you know what? Energy, all of the bad man. Keep it that simple. My mom was better lesson behind the camera. What's that like? You know how you would was hell. Yeah, what's that over the refrigerator? 50 on the wrist? Yeah, I was talking to 50. Mine's not like y'all. Mine's not like y'all. This is a real big boy. You know? Oh, look, come on, come on. That's really insane right there. That's really like 150. Shout out her. 160. 160, bro. 150. Shout I flew out to the X when I caught me the Uzi. Yeah. Ain't even covered in her, cause I know she choosing. Yeah, hugging you next to the line, you know you ain't losing. Already see say, baby, true. She ain't even fuck with her high on the drum. I'm my twin, got a stick in the club. Yeah, all the shit that's been done. Yeah, like a big man, but you can't touch. Yeah, you feel love, but you know I ain't know. Yeah, know you wanna be like us. Might fly to home for lunch. Yeah, might fly to home for brunch. Yeah, for the cats, nigga, I'm in a rush. Yeah, he got a stick, he won't bust. Can't tell that boy that's on the rush. Yeah, wait till that money is long. I'll forget something, no cousin. Yeah, that's when he let me love you. Yeah, nigga, bro, he need working that fire. Bro, making plays off an iPhone. You too high, little nigga on cloud. He ran a business about time. Might go make the shit 4 times. Yeah, my nigga still haven't had. Half of these niggas be cap. Tell my still in swag. But I'm still in my bag. Guess the hell can't look at the dash. And the shirt got doing that dance. Yeah, still flexing up and do that bad. Still flexing, man. Yeah, he be on my neck, I'm on the heat. Yeah, I'm a cash. But my ass on the weed, we on crash. I'm on crash out. Hey, we been a rest out. Yeah, we cross my act out. Yeah, yeah. Hey, nigga, yeah, we been that back out. We been a rest out. Yeah, hey.
Winning do know this shit itch. I been bad on that boy. I got plays on blitz. All these niggas sis, gangsters in my bitch. I put boy on my glizzy, ride around with that switch. So rich be rich. Winning do know this shit itch. I been bad on that boy. I got plays on blitz. All these niggas sis, gangsters in my bitch. I put boy on my glizzy, ride around with that switch. Put the bitch on the motherfucking cup. Up in the purpose tight. They be acting real hoes. These niggas can never be bought. That shit is swear whenever I drop. I got the whole shit on lock. I have the shoes, I have the marks. I run the clean up the draw. I might count my butt these seats. Where they go and steam. I got some drink, I got some mud. I didn't hear my keys. I have a run, that was that dog. They do too much bitch. You know they ain't. Show fake love. The chicken can really get tricky. I got some drink, sip on the drink. Hustle on the bar like a hang. Always think I'm breaking the bank. My shooter running the tank. I go force with my horse. Why we fuck on horse? How about the cat? Kill up dogs. Be them busy slow. Don't even do no this. Trick, it's. I been bad on that boy. I got plays on blitz. All these niggas see gangsters in my bitch. I put butt on my glizzy. Right around with that switch. I put that bitch on the motherfucking clock. I put the pockets tight. They be acting real hoes. These niggas can never be lost. This is when whenever I drop, I got the whole shit on lock. I have the shoes, I have the marks. Fuck around the clean the block. How about you block? 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 How about you block?
Ajá, ¿verdad? Ajá, ¿verdad?
How about you?
Hey, 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 what it is? What it is, niggas? What it is, niggas? What it is, niggas? What it is, niggas? it with all niggas.
Do know these chicks.
Nah, but what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Hope everyone is having a good day. A nigga was chilled the fuck out, bro. Like overly chill, man. Overly fucking chill, max, nigga. Now that is a good day for me. Nigga wanna smoke weed. Nigga, I said my link. Nigga wanna smoke weed. Nigga, I go to my teeth. Dun, 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 dun. Put it up, put it up. Check it out, put it up. I do this shit for my folks. And they don't know thing. Like, hey, bro, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. These white bitches, they looking more and more fucking lucrative by the fucking day, bro. They be looking more lucrative by the fucking day. I swear. These white hoes, man. These white hoes, man. These fucking white hoes. Like, look at the the inner goon. The inner goon. The inner freaking goon, man. Gotta take control. Take control of that right side of my brain. Man, EDP, man. This man, EDP.
Hey, 4, 5. Just got to watch the documentary that was released recently on YouTube, The Sick Mind of EDP 445. It is a very
I'm getting ready to fuck my mind up for this shit, bro. Golly, bro. The This bald ass fat nigga has the audacity to go online and just post about this shit. Is like, what the actual fuck, brother? What the actual fuck,
Disgusting, disturbing documentary. And if you don't have a good stomach, or if you have a weak heart, or if you, I'm giving you a disgustingly deep trigger warning. I could barely sit through it in one sitting. I had to have my wife next to me the entire time, and it was absolutely revolting. If you don't want to go over there and watch it, this video is perfect for you because I watched it and I'm going to go down piece by piece of the worst parts of the documentary. Okay, so this is future me after making all the clips and things that I'm writing, and I gotta say, it took me exactly 2 hours to mute all the things that were bad in the documentary and bleep out all the cuss words. It took an insane amount of time. Also, I've tried to upload this video 4 times at this point. I've been copyright disclaimed, and also I have been demonetized. So I would appreciate it if you guys came to the Patreon. That'd be awesome. It's $1 a month, $2 a month, $3 a month. That'd be amazing. I'll put it in the top comment. But it took so long to make this. So hopefully you enjoy. The documentary starts and almost immediately EDP says something that tells me exactly where his mind is. He starts talking about his attraction to young girls, and then he immediately tries to expand that attraction outward. He presents it as this thing that every man secretly thinks about. Every man secretly fantasizes about. Oh, every man has these thoughts, and he simply is the guy unfortunate enough to have been exposed for them.
See, you know, see, this watch out for, man. You got young high school mother. I mean, let's be real. Like, like people, guys, they think about,
oh my god, bro, what the fuck? Like, yo, oh man, it's it's the accountability. It's the accountability. But he isn't lying. When you in high school at that time, bro, them super seniors, that shit, super seniors, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Super seniors.
Gonna stop you right there, buddy. No, ADP, you don't get to do that, right? You don't get to take something deeply disturbing inside yourself and distribute it evenly across the entire human clan. You don't get to do that. You don't get to feel less alone with your disgusting thoughts. That immediately told me what I was going to be watching for the rest of the documentary. It really informed me. It really set the thesis statement. EDP desperately wants relatability. He wants company. He wants to believe that there is some enormous silent majority standing behind him saying, well, yeah, we all think this way. We do not. I think
Yeah,
this is very
real
important
shit.
because
Real
admitting
shit.
that something is wrong with you requires first accepting that it belongs to you.
Like I said, bro, it's the fucking accountability, bro. Like he already starting off on the left foot. But like I said, them super seniors, that shit real. But it's I can already tell, bro. Too another thing, this nigga just gonna be yapping. Just from off the Tone Wood buddy saying as well too. Like you can just already tell this motherfucker EDP, he's just ready to be yapping, bro. Like, oh man. And it's like, why the fuck? Uh, fucking content, bro. Fucking content. You guys, bro, motherfuckers better like this shit, like, fucking, comment, and subscribe for this shit, bro. Cause it's like, what the fuck? I'm really fucking up my brain so I can watch this fucking video. This fucking trash ass nigga, fucking trash ass child molester, bro. All right,
You. You cannot confront your own behavior while constantly trying to outsource it to humanity. You can't tell everybody does that. If every man secretly thinks the same thing, then suddenly EDP does not have to examine EDP. Suddenly, society is the problem. Oh, society, the Joker's here. Society is the problem. Biology is the problem. Men are the problem. Temptation is the problem. The temptations are the problem. Yeah, the temptations. Oh, you hate to see it. Everything becomes responsible, except the person sitting in the chair saying these things. This is what fascinates me about him. throughout the entire documentary, there are moments where he understands that his life has been destroyed. There are moments where he understands people hate him. There are moments where he understands that what happened permanently changed how the world sees him. What I almost never see in the entire documentary, and I want to point this out, a little bit of a spoiler for you, is genuine reflection extending beyond himself. He understands consequences when the consequences happen to EDP. He understands pain when EDP is experiencing pain. He understands betrayal when EDP feels betrayed. He understands humiliation when EDP is embarrassed. But understanding the damage other people could experience would require leaving the borders of his own ego for 5 seconds. This documentary repeatedly shows a man who appears almost incapable of doing that. Immediately after that, Mike Klum basically summarized the problem better than I could.
To push forward, you know.
In this documentary, we show blatant proof and evidence of you committing multiple crimes against children. What do you have to say?
Plead the fifth.
Exactly. I think this is what makes this documentary wildly strange. I don't understand. EDP is not sitting there behaving like somebody crushed for the weight of what he's done. He's joking. He's laughing, doing bits, still performing. There's this strange goofiness surrounding this incredibly serious subject matter. It creates this almost surreal disconnect where I can't even process a lot of things that are happening. It feels strange. It doesn't match the severity of the conversation. It just does not match the severity. It feels like somebody explained the consequences to him, and he memorized what the consequences were, and then he emotionally outsourced everything. It's just, oh my god. And then we get his backstory. All right, well, let's look at his backstory.
I was born in Los Angeles, California.
See, bro, they try to R. Kelly this shit, bro. Like, come on, man. Don't do this bullshit, bro. Don't do this fucking bullshit, bro. See, this is exactly why I said I'm fucking my head up for this fucking bullshit. Like, what the actual fuck? This is how motherfuckers like Jeffrey Dahmer and R. Kelly and fucking Jeffrey Epstein, they get fucking sympathy from motherfuckers, bro, when they get documentaries out like this. Why the fuck are we even making a fucking documentary about this motherfucker, bro? Like, literally. Like, and it pisses me off, bro. Like, he got away with this shit, and then he's got a girlfriend. It pisses me off. How in the fuck? How in the absolute fuck, nigga? How the fuck this fuck nigga get a fucking girlfriend, bro? Like, are we being absolute, bro? What? This nigga has a girlfriend, bro? This absolute fat lard fuck, bro, has a fucking girlfriend? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Hospital. My childhood was pretty great. You know, I had two great, loving, caring parents. You know, so in high school, I tried to talk to girls here and there, but it just wasn't working. More specifically, I tried talking to Martha. She basically led me the on. She let me hug
Oh
her. She even held hands with
God, this nigga, tough titties, bro. Tough titties. Tough fucking titties, bro. Get over it, man.
me. Um, Low key, she was talking to somebody else. When she broke it off with me, I was so hurt. I went home. I ran up the stairs. I was crying.
Why, bro? Who in the absolute fuck, bro? For you to actually want to commit to do an EDP fucking documentary, bro, it's giving my head fucking migraines right now, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Like, literally, what the fuck?
In my room, head in my pillow. I was legitimately hurt. Like I felt crushed inside, you know? With Martha, it
This nigga's a bitch, bro.
basically showed me women ain't. And they will play you, they will flow over, and won't even think twice about it.
That's it. That's the event. A girl treated him badly in high school. Brother, no.
He's a bitch. He's a literal bitch. Hey, bitch. Hey, bitch. He's bitch.
Welcome to Earth. Yeah, one terrible relationship experience as a teenager, and apparently decided that women were going to be playing just with you your entire life. That's it. All women are paying interest on that emotional debt for the rest of your natural life. That's what's happening in your entire. That's what's going on. You're crazy. You're insane. So this section genuinely stunned me because I was expecting some enormous revelation. I thought we were about to hear years of isolation, some extraordinary, complicated history, something that would at least help me understand how this worldview developed. And instead, we get girl hurt me, therefore, women evil. What the Joker say? All it takes is one bad day. Now, before some psychopath comes and comments and says, well, I was abused as a child, and that really shaped me. I grasp that. Right? I understand. I'm not saying that being mistreated when you are young cannot affect you. I've grasped that. Adolescence is formative. Rejection, betrayal. People can carry experiences that shape their trauma, and you got to deal with that, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to build out those scars. Most people eventually learn that the person who hurt you does not represent billions of other human beings. You meet more people, you develop emotional maturity, you realize that, I don't know, teenagers are teenagers. Maybe he doesn't realize that because he thinks teenagers are not teenagers, and we're going to get to that later. You discover that people can do cruel things, and it's that person, right? EDP has preserved that resentment. He kept feeding it over and over again, and that's his entire philosophy of being a human. Oh my God, I just realized something. The big reason why EDP keeps going after these younger people is because mentally he's still that age. So he doesn't see anything wrong with it because mentally he stayed
Damn.
exactly the same as when he was 14, 15, 16. And he
Yeah,
doesn't
bruh.
understand how people can change and grow and develop because he is the same exact person. That's why every single other sentence he cusses. It's crazy. Then we learn the reasoning behind his username. This is the greatest reveal, and this is cinema. This is pure MCU, DCU. This is pure James Gunn. No, even bigger than that. This is Michael Scorsese. This is beyond cinema right here.
Hmm. I typed in "eat that," and I was like, well, I got to come up with some type of numbers. You know what I mean? At first, I started, eat that 555. Sound right? Sounds stupid. You know what I mean? Eat that 926. I'm just like, no, um, I got up. I went to go weigh myself. At that current time, I was 445 pounds. And I'm like, there it is. Eat that 445.
That's right. 445 pounds. That is the commentary. Oh, did you want more? I have absolutely nothing profound to add. I have nothing to say. I just found it funny. Moving on. Now we reach the Alex Rosen section, whatever his name is. I don't care about this person at all. He's racist. I really don't care about Alex in any capacity, but I'm happy for the work that he does when catching predators. But he is vehemently racist. Anyways, I cannot show you everything contained in this portion for extremely obviously reasons, and I am not going to repeat the graphic contents of those conversations either. You understand what the allegations were. You understand what the decoy interaction involved. You got it. You understand why EDP became infamous. Cupcake clip, bada bing, bada boom. I think what matters here is the reaction, right? Or really the disturbing absence of one. Years later, looking back at the most catastrophic moments of his life, I am still searching for that moment where he realizes what was happening here was wrong. Not this ruined my channel. Not Alex ruined my life. Not everyone hates me.
I will truly not be surprised, bro, if this nigga just outrightly just says he doesn't even give a fuck if he's wrong, bro. He's just another person. I wouldn't even be fucking surprised if he does some shit like that, bro. Honestly.
God, I lost money. I mean, actually looking at the behavior itself and understanding why people were horrified. And that brings us to Alex Rosen, however you say his name, I don't know. He mismanaged this situation very deeply and very poorly. And I can attest to that. He definitely messed up. And because of him mishandling this so deeply, he learned from his experiences and states that he got worse people off the streets. That's fantastic. The original confrontation was conducted by amateur predator catchers rather than law enforcement. Police actually warned at the time that civilian sting operations can create problems for legitimate investigations. EDP was investigated after that confrontation, but he was never charged for the 2021 sting. I'm going to use this moment to talk about my biggest issues with the entire predator catching content that I keep seeing on YouTube. Catching predators cannot become entertainment first and evidence collection second. You are dealing with something unbelievably serious. It's not a prank video. This is not, we caught him at Walmart, gone wrong. I don't care about thumbnails, clips, viral moments. I don't care about none of that. If you genuinely believe somebody may be attempting to harm children, your priority should be preserving evidence and getting qualified
Preach. Preach.
investigators involved. It is horrifying to see these people still walk the streets and still be able to get away with it. And now they have this sense of grandiose bravado, thinking they're untouchable because they didn't get caught by famous people on the internet. And now they just get a bunch of publicity, and it just makes it horrifying. You just get eyes on them and they get canceled socially, but people are going to forget about every single predator. They're going to forget about every single one of them. They're not going to go through and see every single one of them. They're not. They're genuinely not. The ultimate goal should be protecting children, not winning at YouTube. Before anybody
Yeah.
comes and says this, I don't know why I said say this. I don't like anybody that talks inappropriately to children. It's disgusting. I also despise the fact that amateur prank catching channels just use this as an opportunity to mess up an investigation and ruin it for people who actually need to get caught. That's disgusting. You cannot allow your hatred of suspected person, whoever it be, is, to convince you that procedure does not matter. Procedure matters precisely because these crimes are serious. Evidence matters precisely because these crimes matter. Now, Alex did take a lot of accountability for what he did, so I appreciate that. Let's just talk about this strange sequence that pops up because I just got to tell you about it. I'm going to show you the clips on screen and talk over it because he says so many cuss words in this that it is unreasonable for me to even consider showing what he said. I'm just going to explain what he said.
He's like, oh no, man, just sit tight, man. Ain't nothing going on. He has a little computer to where he can see if like you're under investigation or anything like that. He was never under investigation. Yeah, they looked into it, but because good old Alex Rosen, right? Because he decided to fuck up and botch this god sting operation so badly. There's nothing that they can do. So as much as they want to write all this, I mean, online, and I should be in jail, prison, felon, I should be on this list and all this. Guess what, bro? I'm a free man.
EDP is wearing a Trump 2028 hat. There's a helicopter. There's all this desert cinematography. There's chat logs that are in his hand. There's guns everywhere. It's insane. This is dramatic cinematography. And this man is unloading rounds into representations of the conversations that destroyed his reputation. And then it says he's free. He's not been charged with any crimes. I'm thinking, what am I watching here is really what I'm thinking. The cinematography is incredible. There's sand blowing around, weapons, political merchandise, giant representation of chat logs. It's visually fascinating
Yeah.
to the eyes and bewildering to my entire mortal soul. It's lovely. I love every single second of this, except for the subject.
And that's the real fucked up thing about it, bro. Cause him saying that, it should. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and just see, bro. If this shit is like self produced, bro, I'ma be overly fucking pissed, bro. Like, who the fuck has the who the fuck put money into this shit, bro? Like, bro, who the fuck? Like, are we like niggas, nigga? Like, are we really fucking serious, bro? Who the fuck put money into this shit? My nigga. Okay, okay. Let's see. Who produced the EDP documentary? Filmmaker Mike Clem. Mike Plum. Jeez, bro. Oh man. Yeah, he looked like the. Yeah, he looked like. He looked like him. He looked like him, man. He looked like him. I was just watching somebody about this shit. It makes it even more difficult for motherfuckers to that are not pedophiles to talk about pedophilia. So, oh man, fuck, bro.
But looking at it is really cool. Then a lawyer pops up.
Definitely a chance that he faces criminal prosecution. I think what he's doing now, by quite frankly doing this documentary, it's just a stupid idea.
Yes,
Thank you, counselor.
thank you,
Very
counsel. Okay,
informative.
thank you, counsel.
Very funny. Moving forward, then Mike Plum
Shut up,
calls
bro.
the prosecutor's
Very
offices and the
funny.
sheriff and asks why EDP hasn't been prosecuted yet, which is very interesting. I feel like you use his name Brian as opposed to EDP. And then that happens.
My name is Mike Plum. I was calling to speak with the Kern County District Attorney. Okay, if Miss Zimmer is not available, is there anyone else that could speak to why EDP has not been prosecuted? Maybe like the sheriff.
Certainly, Chris Hansen.
Year old guy wants to spend a Sunday afternoon chilling with a 13-year-old girl.
Why don't you have a seat right over there?
Now I'm fully awake. Chris is here.
Bro, see, motherfuckers don't know about him. He's the original predator, bro. That's the original motherfucker that really
Could
catch
be
the motherfuckers.
fantastic. Is what I would say if this wasn't just a pageantry. I don't know what's going on with this entire thing. If you somehow do not know Chris Henson, he spent years interviewing and confronting adults accused of attempting inappropriate encounters with minors through To Catch a Predator and later projects. So his presence here gives us somebody with an enormous amount of experience interviewing people accused of exacting and doing this kind of behavior. And watching Hanson speak to EDP is fascinating because Hanson understands something that internet confrontation culture often forgets. You just got to give people room to talk, and they will expose themselves. Like right here.
Why did you show up that day? Why did you go to that location? What did you think was going to happen?
I showed up to that location that day, trying to obviously meet up with an underage girl. You know what I mean? And I guess you can say trying to have. No, I mean whatever.
You trying to have, girl.
For the most part, yeah. People have a tendency of doing this, I feel like, because they enjoy the innocence and having control of somebody,
Sounds like that's what you wanted to do.
Right.
Nobody your age you could have hung out with.
No.
No women your age you could date. You had to pick on a 13-year-old girl.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ask the question. Stay quiet. Let them answer. Anyways, what's so weird about the clips is the fact that he's smiling, he's laughing, he's joking about the entire thing. It's so because he's amused. I would assume humor is the defense mechanism.
Hey, I was already texting. CJ already came past his step from earlier. Yeah. Yeah, I put him in your room, remember? Yeah, CJ already put him.
Maybe some people laugh when they are uncomfortable. I get that, right? But much like Brago from Zatch Bell, there's gotta be gravity. I think you have to stop performing EDP 445, the character, and talk about Bryant Moreland, right? Bryant Moreland is the person here. We need to ask these serious questions. The brazenness is disturbing to me because he will acknowledge pieces of what happened, but he's emotionally behaving like he's, oh my God, you guessed it, in high school. I genuinely hope anything relevant in these interviews can be useful to qualified investigators. If any legitimate investigation ever requires it, that should ultimately be the priority when people publicly disclose potentially relevant information about serious allegations to preserve it, to document it, and to let professionals determine whether it has legal significance, right?
So what accountability can you take in the fact that EDP is free today?
Well, yeah. I mean, I myself could have done a better job of saying, instead of trying to just like, stand my ground, be bullish, standoffish, infinitely more stuff that I could have done to try to make him, to at least put in more effort into hoping that he gets arrested. But, I can confidently say that predator poachers have been responsible for getting like infinitely sicker people in EDP off the streets, and EDP played a part in teaching us that lesson on how to do that.
My thoughts on Alex Rosen is I feel like he's a piece of. I feel like he should burn it. Well, I'm being completely honest with you. You're some. You know what though, Mike? It's perfectly fine. It's great because everybody hates him. All right. Okay. Cool. So that's perfectly fine. So just the fact that you're ruining my guy's life, right? Good. Great.
Nigga, you ruined your own life, bro.
It's worse. Fuck, man.
Okay, so let's talk about Kayla and Jadeon. Let's first talk about Kayla, and I think everybody watching right now needs to remember before judging every decision she makes, she does not have the brain of a fully developed adult, and she was 16 when she was doing this, and she's 18. I think it's at the late 20s is when you get the fully developed brain, and I want to state this now that she is not the brightest at all.
I was hoping to get a sting operation, but they kind of didn't want to do that because Jadeon hired a private investigator that found EDP's apartment, his work, and his dialysis center. So on my birthday, they went to confront him.
After we realized that he wasn't going to drive to actually meet up with the girl, we set something up in Las Vegas, Nevada to try to confront him about what he had been doing online, messaging this girl.
Teenagers lie, manipulate, make terrible decisions, behave recklessly. I can understand certain things are wrong, but none of that makes
Hold on.
makes them adults because they're not fully developed. Young people can be especially vulnerable when adults, celebrities, influencers, and massive online personalities suddenly enter their lives. Imagine being 16 and people with audiences near larger than your entire hometown are messaging you, asking you questions, telling you what is happening, and pulling you into this enormous internet controversy. That is a strange environment for a teenager to navigate, and it's not something they ever would even think of navigating. It's a fun little story, side thing. When I was younger, when I was a zoo teen at Toledo, Ohio, the Toledo Zoo, I met Weird Al Yankovic. I fainted. He's just a guy. I fainted meeting Weird Al Yankovic. Nothing crazy happened. I just met the guy. That's it. That that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with teens that would faint upon seeing a famous person. Just seeing the person makes them faint. There are countless things that Kayla says that I question. She immediately lies, and it's insane to me. She lied about what Gideon said, and there's proof that Gideon didn't lie. I can acknowledge that, all of everything, and still giving a teenager more grace than I give the grown adults surrounding the situation because they're grown adults.
I feel like I was a victim of EDP, but I think I was mainly a victim. This is gonna sound crazy, but mainly a victim of Jadeon in a way. I feel like for a long time I was his like little puppet.
Mm. Damn.
What way were you his puppet?
I feel like I was his puppet because I was just like kind of doing the things he demanded me to do. I feel like I am a victim of Gideon because he encouraged me to keep talking to a pedophile.
Every single time we would talk to her, I would ask her if she's okay.
That's real.
Like, I want to make sure you're okay. Because I know.
Now that's real as shit. Cause why are you intentionally putting someone in a bad situation? Like you're intentionally putting them in a den of wolves, bro. Like, bro.
Like, this could be really, really. You sure you're good? She was like, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I want to get him arrested. I want to get him arrested.
I told Gideon every single time that EDP would send me pics, but he would never tell me to like block him or anything.
I want you to block him on your phone, right? But we would tell her, you're going to keep on talking to him. Don't talk. And please don't send any explicit photos.
I have proof. I'm just too scared to show the proof because Gideon has a big audience, and I don't want them to attack me. But I could show some of the proof.
She said she considered herself a victim of both EDP and Gideon, and at the time that she did that, she did not fully understand what she had gotten herself into. I think everything she says deserves to be fully heard with open ears and the understanding that if you value the protection of kids, you understand that showing her is very vital to understanding how near infantile and the lack of understanding that teenagers have about these situations. I think this is a very crucial part to show. I need you to listen, investigate, and remember how young she was when these events were happening. And what bothers me more is watching enormous content creators repeatedly pull teenagers into situations. Yankovic, I fainted. He's just a guy. I fainted meeting Weird Al Yankovic. Nothing crazy happened. I just met the guy. That's it. that that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with teens that would faint upon seeing a famous person. Just seeing the person makes them faint. There are countless things that Kayla says that I question. She immediately lies, and it's insane to me. She lied about what Gideon said, and there's proof that Gideon didn't lie. I can acknowledge that, all of everything, and still giving a teenager more grace than I give the grown adults surrounding the situation because they're grown adults.
I feel like I was a victim of EDP, but I think I was mainly a victim. This is gonna sound crazy, but mainly a victim of Gideon in a way. I feel like for a long time I was this like little puppet.
What way were you his puppet?
I feel like I was his puppet because I was just like kind of doing the things he demanded me to do. I feel like I am a victim of Gideon because he encouraged me to keep talking to a pedophile.
Every single time we would talk to her, I would ask her if she's okay. Like, I want to make sure you're okay. Because I know, like, this could be really, really. You sure you're good? She was like, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I want to get him arrested. I want to get him arrested.
I told Gideon every single time that EDP would send me pics, but he would never tell me to like block him or anything.
I want you to block him on your phone, right? But we would tell her, if you're going to keep on talking to him, don't talk. And please don't send any explicit photos.
I have proof. I'm just too scared to show the proof because Gideon has a big audience and I don't want them to attack me. But I could show some of the proof.
She said she
Why would
considered
niggas
herself a victim
attack
of both
her?
EDP and Gideon, and at the time that she did that, she did not fully understand what she had gotten herself into. I think everything she says deserves to be fully heard with open ears and the understanding that if you value the protection of kids, you understand that showing her is very vital to understanding how near infantile and the lack of understanding that teenagers have about these situations. I think this is a very crucial part to show. I need you to listen, investigate, and remember how young she was when these events were happening. And what bothers me more is watching enormous content creators repeatedly pull teenagers into situations involving allegations this serious. There needs to be an adult in the room, not some internet adult, an actual responsible adult, a lawyer, a parent, or a guardian where appropriate. Gideon or DeMarcus Cousins, I don't have a big issue with how he handled a lot of this. It seems as though he genuinely had a good heart with going into this and actually cared for the well being of the girl. But he's too much of a prankster. He's far too much of a prankster. The road to HE double hockey with good intentions. And he had good intentions, but he didn't go about them right. Skeeter Gene, I don't like Skeeter Gene. Just gonna point that out. This is the first time I learned about the guy. I don't watch Brett Koch content on YouTube. First time I learned about the guy, and I just don't like him because of this statement right here.
Oh, it's an embarrassing clown show. He says the same thing over and over again. The way this investigation, it's not really an investigation, but the way this was conducted makes it unprosecutable. And you've got Skeeter or Skeet or whatever his name is, who's clowning around and taking my lines, I suppose, and murdering them with a guy in a cupcake outfit. There's no serious attitude here. It's a clown show. And it resulted in nothing.
I think there possibly maybe could have been different results in this case if me and Gideon did not confront EDP or take the situation into our hands at all. That's a hard maybe though. And that way obviously there's no concept there, so it's like yeah, it did
Hey, if y'all want to be police officers, just go be a police officer, bro. If you want to be a streamer, bro.
change my opinion on him a bit because I think he was a bit hypocritical with a statement that he made. He said that I was just doing this for clicks, views, and ad revenue, basically. I mean, are you telling me that he's not doing it for the same reasons? I would really like to ask Chris Hansen that if he weren't being paid for his work, would he still do it? I think she's kind of using the whole situation as leverage to gain followers a little bit.
Viewing everything through the lens of content is melting the brains of so many people. It's genuinely disgusting. I understand why this content attracts so many people. There's emotional satisfaction of seeing somebody accused of horrible behavior confronted publicly. I get that. I'm not stupid. I grasp it. But, when their subject matter is actual teenagers and potentially criminal conduct, I need everyone involved to remember that you are dealing with human beings before you're dealing with content, right? 16-year-olds not a plot device. You get it? Dressing up like a cupcake in this very serious situation. It's funny for a moment, but you need to deal with this. Like, it's very serious. This is a very serious thing. EDP talks about how he wants to boom, a cloud, bang, bang, boom, take her out of this existence. It's disgusting.
Now, me personally, am I an opportunist? Yes, I am. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as you're not harming anybody. And I don't think I was harming anybody. And especially when you're my age, if you're 16, people are going to think that you're young and dumb. So you kind of have to be an opportunist. You have to make your own opportunities.
Bro. What the fuck? Like, what the absolute fuck, bro? Like I said, man.
Not be waiting for them. But this entire situation was not that at all.
Whatever criticism you have of Kayla, whether she lied and said all this crazy stuff, we're now talking about an adult expressing extreme violent thoughts towards somebody who was a teenager during the events being discussed. There is no joke. There's no entertainment. Somebody's life is in danger. Notice what triggers the rage. She affected his life, his reputation. She embarrassed him. Everything keeps returning to him. Then we enter the religious part of the documentary. Let's talk about it.
You committed another crime. You got caught, but yet got lucky again.
Yeah, it's a crime. Got lucky again. Me personally, I feel like the reason why they didn't do anything is because I feel like God sees all, right? He sees my mistakes. Obviously, I've been punished by him. Others have been punished by him and stuff.
And it's coming from this nigga saying God sees all. What the fuck, man? It be niggas like him that be saying shit like that, bro.
I feel like he saw Kayla and Gideon's master plan, and so therefore he intervened and saved my once the again. You know what I mean? Um, and I'm beyond grateful for that.
So God saved you from going to jail.
Yes, God saved me from going to jail.
What?
He said the reason he didn't go to jail the second time is because God was watching over him.
Oh, Gideon.
watching over him, bro.
Gideon, I'm starting to learn he ain't no fucking better, bro. I'm the type of nigga I was really rooting for this man Gideon, but it's like coming to learn. Oh
How you doing?
I think I might need that water, bro. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I would like to make something extremely clear. I'm not criticizing Christianity here. Christianity contains an enormous tradition surrounding, I'd say, transformation, repentance, forgiveness, a lot of redemption in Christianity. Forgiveness
very
is
true.
extremely
Very
important
true.
to millions of people because millions of people don't know how to deal with the fact that they feel horrible about the things they did in their past. That's a huge part. A lot of people say, how do you forgive yourself? Jesus forgives you, so you should forgive yourself. A lot of people don't want to do the actual internal work, so they outsource it to somebody else that does self reflection. It's
Very
very
true.
narcissistic, is where I'm coming from when it comes to allowing somebody else to take all of your burdens for you. It feels as though you don't want to do the actual self work for it. And that's how I feel a lot about Christianity. My problem is what happens when somebody wants forgiveness without repentance. You cannot use God
That's the money hitter right there.
as this celestial defense attorney. You cannot say God forgave me and treat that declaration. That's the end of the conversation. Nope, there's nothing else. I don't have anything else to say. There's nothing. If your faith teaches forgiveness, then repentance has to mean confronting what you did, changing your behavior, accepting responsibility, making amends when possible, understanding the harm, recognizing why it was wrong. Forgiveness is important, but you need to do things. You can't have this spiritual loophole just because, well, God forgave me. God knows my character. Unfortunately, any belief system centered around mercy can be exploited by people who desperately want mercy while avoiding any accountability. And I don't think that's a Christianity failing. It's not a failing of Christianity. That's a failing of humans using Christianity as an end all be all for all accountability. That's the big gotcha moment there. Using the language of Christianity to protect themselves from introspecting. That's the whole thing about the God clip. Anyways, let's talk about his health. It's horrible.
End stage kidney failure, which is like stage 5. If I were to miss a treatment, the chances of me would be about like maybe like 65 to 70%. So I can't miss a treatment ever. You know what I mean? I tell them all the time, they're all like, oh, well, your fluid intake is off the charts. You need to start eating healthier, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking like, listen, I'm over here grinding this with 2 jobs, working 20-hour days. And I'd be lying to you if I told you, oh, yeah, I'm about to go eat a beautiful Greek salad. Like, no, there ain't no Greek salads out there. It's like mother eating hot dogs and burgers. You know what I mean? Because that's what's convenient for you. You know.
What the fuck?
And that's the thing that really just frustrates out of me sometimes because they paint these unrealistic expectations on me. Say for okay, so for example, today is what, Friday. If I miss this appointment, I'll probably be Monday. That's how bad it is. Oh, well, you're supposed to eat better. I can't meal prep for 20 hours.
This nigga just copping a fucking plea, bro. It's just like it's getting annoying listening to this nigga.
I'm not even at home most of the time. So it's like, am I supposed to sit in this car and starve? Like, come on. Realistic, you know. I know this is kind of a reckless way to live life, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? I'm tired of like, hey, one thing I'm not.
Keep in mind, this nigga was up like a motherfucker, bro, and all he was doing was just doing sports fucking reviews, bro. Like, be fucking for real.
You feel me? Is live my life. You can't. Like, I can't. If I live my life in fear,
You are your biggest fucking enemy, my nigga. You are your biggest fucking enemy. Like, let's just sum it the fuck up right there. Cause it's like this nigga, like what the fuck, bro? Ugh.
making this documentary. We wouldn't be making this documentary. You know what I mean? You know.
Oh my God. Why must the bad
Literally,
die?
literally. That's how this nigga sounded. Like, oh my fucking man.
And health deprived and smoking cigarettes and sick in the mind and brain. Why must the bad die in general? I don't know. I have nothing good to say about this man in his capacity. This is complete. I don't believe in karma, but this is deep karma for sure. Actually, not
Yes.
even karma. This isn't even karma. This is just his health decisions. This is life choices affecting him, and he doesn't understand why it's so unfair. And he keeps complaining that it's unfair too. The doctor wants you to become healthier so you can remain alive. The cruelty.
Why the fuck should the doctor want you to be healthy? Why the fuck should the doctor give a fuck about you wanting to be healthy? The doctor should be able to give you your fucking results, and you as a grown fucking man should be able to fix that shit yourself. Keep in mind, this nigga in his 30s, like, bro, what the fuck are we even talking about, bro? Like, this grown ass nigga, bro, like, bro, what the fuck? This man,
How could modern medicine do this? I'm joking about this section because there is something incredibly frustrating about watching someone receive potentially life-preserving advice. They immediately transform into another story about how impossible change is. I cannot do this.
This is just who I am.
I have always been this way. This is too difficult. You see the pattern yet? Because I do. The diet is impossible to change. His worldview is impossible to change. His behavior is impossible to change. His attitude towards women is impossible to change. His habits impossible to change. I think about EDP becomes an immutable law of nature whenever changing would require some sustained discomfort. I think that's the deepest theme I pulled out of this documentary. He repeatedly describes himself as trapped by himself. And if you convince yourself that you are incapable of changing, congratulations, you have built the perfect excuse for never changing.
yep.
You do not have to fail anymore. You simply declare change impossible before even attempting that change in totality. That's so childish. Then he goes to therapy. What a beautiful second. I thought out of thought. Here we go.
See, that's where you fucking lost that shit. You thinking that him going to therapy is gonna save that shit, bro? Man, all that shit is doing is just asking for fucking empathy. That's an empathy trap at that point, bro. All that shit is. That's literally all that shit is. Like, nigga, you ain't even like, nigga, fuck up my face.
This is it. This could actually matter. Forget YouTube, forget redemption arcs, forget whether the internet ever forgives him. If there's any path towards this man becoming less dangerous, less resentful, and more self aware, professional psychological treatment seems like an obvious place to begin. This is great. And then the therapist speaks to the documentary. I just she appears.
My name is Kara. I am a marriage and family therapist. I work with adults, couples, and families. Brian is my client, and I've been working with him individually. For Bryant, when Bryant came in, the first thing that we got through was just getting to know him. I needed to learn about his history. I needed to learn what he went through, his perspective on it. Whether people agree or disagree, he has his perspective on it, and it's my job to understand that perspective. So
I go to therapy first overall session. I tell my therapist, listen, I
How
was
much long
involved
is this shit? What
in
the
Listen,
fuck?
documentaries involve consent agreements and there may be content surrounding what could legally or ethically be discussed. I'm not accusing this therapist of violating any specific professional rule because I don't know the details of their arrangement. I'm simply telling you as a viewer, right? As somebody that has been in therapy, this is odd. I begin to wonder what part
Very odd.
of therapy is. You know what? That doesn't even matter because EDP stopped going to therapy. He stopped going to therapy. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter my thoughts. EDP stopped going to therapy. He thinks therapy is pointless. Of course he does. Well, why would he think therapy is actually helping him? Why would he ever think that? Oh my goodness. One of the greater signs of a high IQ is the ability to recognize patterns. That's how they determine his quota. So they do it a lot. Now, what I've noticed throughout this is a significant pattern that EDP doesn't want to work. A therapist cannot magically repair you while you sit there waiting for things to be proven correct.
Shouts out to therapy.
Now, therapy is work. You have to return, you have to examine patterns, you have to tolerate hearing things about yourself that you dislike. you have to consider that your interpretation of your own life might be wrong. And most importantly, you have to actually want something besides validation. I it's EDP doesn't want that. I don't know why I thought for a second that something would change. Don't know where that came from. Just hopeful, wishful thinking. How stupid and naive of me. What a joyless man I am. How could I be so cruel to me in my own brain to actually
Yo, shut the
expect somebody
this
to
man,
change?
bro.
Oh, how dumb of me. What was me an idiot I am? So let's talk about his friends.
In a way, I'm kind of glad that
This
this whole
nigga got
incident did happen
friends. What the?
because it got me to understand and to realize who my true friends are. You know,
Who are bro? What the fuck? Rightfully so. Rightfully fucking so.
Name's Jimmy, or James, go by Jimmy. Been a friend of Bryant's since
Hey yo, y'all tell me if you look like a pedophile. Obviously, nigga, you already know what I'm saying.
middle school, into high school, and into adulthood. Never a dull moment being friends with EDP. There's always some kind of funny shit going on. Maybe just one of the coolest cats I know.
I love my friends.
I would say EDP is completely innocent. Basically, he was just set up on some bullshit. I mean, we've all texted back somebody we had no business texting back. EDP is not a. He's never been a. He
Just more
doesn't
enabled.
look at children in that way, or young people in that way. I have two children. I would let both my children be around EDP, even if they were alone. My favorite way to play with kids is to joke around and tickle them. You know what I mean? Make them laugh.
So what was that? Outside of Jimmy thinking that his friend did basically nothing wrong, why did you allow your kids around this man? Did you not see anything? Has he not told you about this stuff? Are you simply blind to the internet? Are you that socially unaware? There's so much I could say.
I exactly. I either think he's a pedophile or he really is slow. He genuinely probably is slow.
About this, but I think the clip I just showed pretty much encapsulates the amount of sheer disgust and depravity and nonsense. And there's no way I could possibly even do any. Oh, there's one thing else. ADP says something inappropriate right here that I completely muted out, but then he just jokes and says this. Sorry about that. Brother, read the room of every room available on this beautiful blue marble, my mother Gaia. This might be the single room where EDP should possess nigh Olympic level awareness of what comes out of his mouth. And somehow he just can't stop, I guess, performing the character of EDP 445. Maybe this is Bryant Moreland, but I don't want to believe that for some reason, because in moments of genuine self reflection, he doesn't cuss when he's speaking to somebody who he feels at a higher plateau in life than him, such as when he was speaking to Chris Hansen. He spoke in a very near respectable manner. It's strange to me. So this part is going to be memed to high heavens. He goes to how he hates commentary YouTubers, Moist Critical, Hassan Piker, Boombaville. And then I don't care about any of the people so that he says he doesn't like actual speed. Fine and dandy. There's a part in here that really just throws me for a loop. I'm gonna play it. This part throws me off.
Fuck it is. I think she's very beautiful. I think she could do way better than this loser. Listen, man, you need to come on the full my house and I can give you real good. That's which is
Viewing everything through the lens of provocativity, just the lens of I want to put my phallic member inside of this person, it's just very disgusting. It's very nasty. It's really gross. But then he talks about his dating life. He complains about women, talks about loneliness, and he eventually gets a girlfriend. And for the minutes I'm watching,
That's the shit that overly fucking throws me, bro. Like, how the fuck did this nigga get a fucking girlfriend, bro? Like, what the fuck? But karma. So you gonna see it right now. You gonna see it. He definitely got his
along the
karma
line,
for
I have
real.
stated that hey, I think, he is an involuntary celibate kind of person. And I think that what usually happens when they get girlfriends is that they get annoyed and they say she was annoying and they hate her eventually. That's usually what happens in every single one of these situations. That's what I'm thinking. And lo and behold, right? This is crazy. Let's just show what happens.
duck lips. Guess how many kids she has?
One, two,
No, not even close.
three,
Not even close.
four,
Not even close.
five,
Not even close.
six,
You're almost there.
seven,
No.
eight.
She has 8 kids, bro. No, I've been single for a while. Dating apps, Facebook dating, Bumble. I would say Grinder, but I'm not. But I don't fuck around like that. But I've finally hit the jackpot, and I would like to introduce my beautiful girlfriend, Marissa.
So he wouldn't. A 13-year-old.
Brian absolutely would not. A 13-year-old.
Would Brian send a video of him to a 13-year-old?
Um, the Brian that I know absolutely would not send videos to underage minors. The Brian that I know is not attracted to children and is not.
I decided to.
Fucking airhead, by the way. Fucking airhead. Like, what the actual fuck? But, hey.
Break up with Marissa simply because she just irritates the out of me, man. Like, there are just some things, man, where I'm just like, Marissa was very annoying, irritating.
And then he replaces her with this.
Yeah. I'm choosing a new outfit for her. See, now that's what I was like, that's some right there, bro. So the AI girlfriend really came about when I was scrolling on Instagram.
I blurred that out because it was basically just smut. I can't really show that without getting horribly demonetized. That just
My man's getting that nut. He chasing that nut for real.
I've tried to redo this 5 times. I've made this video 5 times at this point, and I just can't show that part. So I'm sorry I couldn't show that. You can. It's smut. It's just AI smut. Don't know what to tell you. I want to be very specific. I want to be real precise. I want to be surgical here. I want to really pin it to the dish like a butterfly when I say this to you people. Having an AI companion by itself does not automatically tell me somebody is pure evil. Yeah, lonely people use these things. I have a few friends that talk to AI religiously because I don't talk to them and they don't have any friends outside of me. Socially anxious people use them to practice conversations. That's a large part of a lot of people. This ill people use them because a lot of people don't want to be with somebody with disabilities. There are a lot of people that have horribly, like, physically rendering disabilities that simply cannot get somebody to love them or they can't put in the work because the rejection makes them mentally destroyed. People experimenting with technology use it to test those out, right? There are plenty of complicated reasons somebody might talk to an AI companion. But in EDP's specific story, this is perfectly symbolical. He spends the documentary complaining about women because women possess one trait that he seems to be very inconvenienced by. You know what that trait is? Autonomy. And he just hates women having autonomy in totality. Real women disagree with you, get annoyed, establish boundaries, have expectations, possess histories that you didn't construct. I don't know, AI, that's what you do. They can reject you, they can leave, they can require compromise. They are not generated around all of your preferences, EDP, but an AI woman, oh, that's exactly what EDP wants because they're generated specifically around his preferences, and there's an infinite number of them. This is so wildly fascinating to me. AIs do not have to wake up and decide that she's tired of you. They don't have an independent childhood. They don't have friends that dislike you. Doesn't have goals that conflict with yours. Does not have a life occurring outside of your relationship because an AI girlfriend is simply purposely to be an AI girlfriend. She exists when you open that application and spend a copious amount of money. By the way, he's $16,000 in debt. Didn't bring that up. A little bit crazy there. Just wanted to bring that in right there. He spends all this money on these AI girlfriends because he has a severe addiction to whacking his Johnson. I value real relationships a lot.
That boy getting that nut. You getting that nut.
Because you learn patience a lot of the time because people piss you off. And my partner agitates the hell out of me a lot of the time. But that's just life. You learn compromise because maybe
Yeah, that is. key aspects of being in a relationship. He's giving out good key pointers. I'm not gonna hold you.
We want different things, and I have to compromise, and she has to compromise. You might even learn accountability because people, you might hurt people, right? You learn empathy because another consciousness is out there, existing beyond your scope and control. You can't control them. So when somebody repeatedly says real partners are too difficult and chooses a programmable alternative, I start wondering where they wanted companionship or they just wanted a slave. I think about this, right? It's a very important thing I heard from a guy called Josh Stripe Hayes. Beautiful channel, right away. Great YouTube commentator. He did it on his Josh Stripe Hayes channel. This is exactly what he said, I believe. If your treatment of somebody is more important than what they want, then you don't want a partner. You want a slave. It's a very important thing to say. It's very important. I'm going to freeze frame right here. This
Hold
is
up. I
EDP's
gotta hear that
favorite
again.
people list. I'm going to talk about them for a moment. Donald Trump, obviously, because maybe we want different things and I have to compromise and she has to compromise. You might even learn accountability because people, you might hurt people, right? You learn empathy because another consciousness is out there, existing beyond your scope and control. You can't control them. So when somebody repeatedly says real partners are too difficult and chooses a programmable alternative, I start wondering where they wanted companionship or they just wanted a slave. I think about this, right? It's a very important thing I heard from a guy called Josh Stripe Hayes. Beautiful channel, right away. Great YouTube commentator. He did it on his Josh Stripe Hayes channel. This is exactly what he said, I believe. If your treatment of somebody is more important than what they want, then you don't want a partner. You want a slave. It's a very important thing to say. It's very important. I'm going to freeze frame right here. This is EDP's favorite people list. I'm going to talk.
If your treatment of somebody is more important than what you want, then it says a lot about you in a relationship.
For a moment. Donald Trump, obviously, y'all don't even have to talk about Donald Trump. Pearl
Whatever.
Davis, she hates women and is a woman. Andrew Tate and Kristen Tate, they've done horrible things to women. Ben Shapiro, he just is mean towards everybody. Fresh and Fit, Sneeko, and lo and behold, Joe Rogan. I'm going to allow you, the viewer, to interpret this collection here however you wish. I'm not going to give you some like big 30-minute political lecture.
Definitely
You can
ain't
look at the
all
list.
shit.
You can listen to everything.
Definitely ain't all shit. Yeah, definitely ain't all shit. All these motherfuckers.
EDP has said about women throughout the documentary. You can observe the broader worldview he presents. You can decide whether you notice any ideological patterns. I have said enough. I'm going to let this clip play to completion, and then I might talk about it, but I just want you to listen to EDP and how he views teenagers.
These chicks, okay, 15, 16, 17, some 14-year-olds, these girls know exactly what they are doing. They know for a fact, and obviously, the guy being older, he's not supposed to be doing all that shit, whatever. For me, it's actually a two-way street. Minors are partially the blame. Yeah, the
Goofy as shit. This nigga goofy as a motherfucker. Goofy as a motherfucker, bro. Like, what the fuck?
priority three, you're this old guy, you should know better. Who get it?
Like, why the fuck are you even talking to a minor in the first place, bro? Talking about it's her to blame. Like, she's a fucking minor. Like, her brain isn't fucking, like, oh, man, the decisions, my nigga. Like, you can tell this nigga decision making is in the fucking gutter.
Get it. Perfect. Grand. Wonderful. So what about the message me first? That's perfectly fine. I forgot about that, right? Nigga, she gets off scot-free, right? Ain't that whatever. To be honest with you, bro, I have no clue why the age of consent is 18. I mean, what the makes 18 so magical? I have no clue. You talk to a 17-year-old chick, she just turned 18 5 seconds ago. Okay, well, guess what, man? She's still the same as she was 5 seconds ago. So it's like, the big homies I talk to, they're all like, what's so special about 18?
Man, 21 and up for me, bro. If you can't go in the bar with me, why the fuck am I even talking? Straight up.
It's just a nook here, you know what I mean? Like I don't, you know what I mean? So
Then we get somebody with an actual degree talking about how children brains are different. So let's talk about that.
My name is Dr. Anna Salter. I am a clinical psychologist, and I have worked with victims for about 40 years. The brain of a 13-year-old is very different from an adult brain. They are more impulsive. They can't predict and don't try to predict typically how this is going to affect them in the future. The MacArthur brain study has demonstrated that adolescents are simply not mature emotionally and socially, and that they don't reach full maturity until the late 20s.
it's a, you know, for people to sit back and say like their brain, you know, girls' brain, you know, minors' brains are underdeveloped. They don't know. Now you're just making excuses for the month. For a month. So, oh well, their brain is underdeveloped. Okay, whatever you say, cool. All right.
Offenders will say to you, the children know what they're doing at 13. It's, you know, offenders are famous for their excuses.
I do not leave this documentary thinking EDP is some supernatural monster. And honestly, that interpretation would be almost comforting. Monsters are easy. I give it monsters in a category completely separate from ordinary humanity. I can tell myself, you could never become anything resembling them. What disturbed me more this, this, is watching somebody build something terrible out of incredibly ordinary human emotions. These are incredibly ordinary human emotions: rejection, loneliness, anger, embarrassment, desire, resentment. Those emotions are normal. What matters most is what you do with them. Oh, right. Hold up a second. I have to talk about the fact that Chris Chan was in this for some reason. There's a section at the end of here where they're talking about Moist Critical. They have Oompaville. There's I got Boogie 299 2988 for some reason. Wings of Redemption. All these people, right? Tub is here. I'm Dante's here. They're all talking about saying that EDP is a weird guy. He should just do something crazy. He's a horrible person. And then Chris Chan pops up. I don't. I don't know why Chris Chan was here, but this is. I'm not gonna dive too deep into Chris Chan. I've already made like 2 videos on Chris Chan. I don't know. She's just. I don't know why she's here. This just feels strange that she just popped up. I don't know. Feels odd. Feels very odd. She's here. It's just her presence disturbs me. I don't like her at all. She's a horrible human. Hate her so much. I don't like her. EDP likes sending pictures of his species to people.
So EDP has a habit of sending images of
Really, my nigga? What the fuck? Like, how does this even please someone, bro? Like, I don't like I'm so fucking lost right now. Like, what the fuck?
fecal matter that he generated. I think sending pictures of fecal matter has some downsides. Um, I'm not sure it has any upsides.
Because I don't understand this part of it. You are known for sending pictures of your own feces to people.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
Literally.
I think it illustrates almost perfectly why he is not considered attractive by many women. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exceptionally disgusting. This one I would have to rate as pretty bad. It only gets worse as I'm living.
Anyways, millions of people have been rejected without developing this innate hate for women. Millions of people were treated horribly in high school.
Yeah.
Nobody has, a lot of people don't have revenge fantasies. Millions of lonely men have never approached a child. Millions of people get embarrassed and eventually learn from it.
Yeah.
But you may discover this pain does not automatically create this innate wisdom in people. Sometimes pain creates bitterness. I have a lot more to say about EDP, but I fear that this is the best I've got right now. He's a horrible human being, and
Yeah.
I wanna say something to Bryant Moreland. If you ever see if this video gets big, I don't know if it will. Just me ranting, ranting and venting about the entirety of how I feel about the documentary. I might be the first one to do this. I don't know. So I just want to say this without any theatrics. So you can look at that person without turning the camera into a joke, without searching for somebody to blame, without transforming accountability into some deep persecution, and without trying to convince the rest of mankind that somebody secretly thinks the same way you do. I do not know what redemption is supposed to look like for you. cannot become a different person while spending every waking moment defending the person you already are. I don't know what you want from this life. And I'm not going
Fucking
to
fly.
recommend anything bad to you. I don't. Turn yourself in.
Yeah.
Please turn yourself in. I do not feel comfortable with you walking the streets, the same streets that I walk every day. Turn yourself in. Maybe the prison system can give you some health care, man. I don't know. But there's something in you that is broken and cannot be fixed in any capacity. And I don't know what that is. And I'm not in any capacity. I'm not a professional enough to help. I am just a YouTube commentator with far too much free time on my hands. Have a lovely day or night wherever you're at.
Yeah. That's why I end that shit. All right, let's get on to this game. Fuck. Before I play the game, let me go make sure something was right real quick.
I don't even need that. I just have three, two, one. What's that?
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
you remember that. Yeah.
St. Joe's be five and squares for man if you want that. Your bag green on that, combat, juice gon' spill like cognac. Whip that shit, don't stop till I lock that. Heard there's a mash on someone, cop that. With Uzi, snip hack, stop that. Back up the mash shit, drop that, shot that. If you want wood, your man got that. Bang and geeky, smash it and dot that. Chop that, countryside where the hops at. Jumping pigs with Roman, crop that. No whip them pin back, risky, flipped it. Back up my shank and twist it, ballistic. Pushing my shank and twist it. Pimps and clean, that's Oreo biscuits, man. Smashing from the bed. Mission, mash with a breath. This great thing's waiting for us. Miss Philip, your jaws are only got head. Her neck, full tongue, that's the breast. Ejaculate in her mouth, fill out, ejaculate in her breast.
In the field, I'm F or stepping. More time, I just smashed out packs in the ends right now till they get this burning. Get round there and ching man up like anything B get wetted. Your face, no case and levers. Hold on, whip with serious members. My bro wanna lurk on us, we go around there on the 135. Roll on, whack my spin, the longest range and I take man's eye. I heard the old way young with a shank said, killing, I weren't surprised. This up 8 off, got that shit and he ran 10 times. So me, brands on me, post back hitting them shoes. They can't look man for the feeling me and M's gone too. But close it down for stuff, and digging to grab that toast and stew. This one ain't like them man lie, way to the truth. Yeah, like 3 of my bros, 2 touch road. How many times have I ridden on bush that one of them boy got go? Back up my thing and make my swim like ching man down on boats. Catch me up, then stab up his head, then 10 toes back to the grove. Then 10 toes back to the grove.
Friend of an opposite ops, I walk for the wind to go burn that bridge. My nigga Huncho game 22 chings like a bait that's feeling pissed. Get around there so my rising flicks. J-Sap plus all rums in the wig. My bro Digger Deep had a whole HR locked off when he crushed that bridge. If I get my hands on the up hand, wetting him once, I'm wetting him numerous times. See a up right there, top bro, don't jerk the car, just keep it moving in line. Aye, 4.5 bags of wool and fast, man, slap it in 10. If I back my splash, he don't back it up, my next shots, I'm gonna put it in check. Like, bro's got a thing for dogs, teeth and cats, I'm talking no pets. Rock on a 9 in plate, and whip it in zest. Let it dry down, put it in peps. Catch them cool for the mess.
Let me sip my tropical juice. Let me smoke this tropical weed. I got the massive flavors. Don't think that this shit comes cheap. So, bitch, don't moan. When I charge 15 for a D, just a little nigga run his zone. Right now, I'm still in these streets. Mish mash and I'm doing it. Dip stash and I'm getting it peak. I'm in the field today. No time for these stupid needs. Come, bitch, come my way. Just watch how veteran speaks. Pulled up on the left for my prey. The vegans don't want me to eat. Man, the hood's all mad. Chicks just make my pee, but these bitches on me, so you know I can't lie. The drinking is really on my back, got me in and out of pool, got me feeling a twat. And it's all my fault, I'm always getting cool, like I'm better than that. The feds got like 10 of the gang, 3 R1, 3 Max, 3 Taz. Rest in peace to my brothers, RP Jets, RP T bands. I really sweet one with a mean kick back. When I think about my bros, RP my bro, I just came, amazing round. Smiles when the pack came in, now we gotta break this down. In and out with the gorgeous thing, that was an amazing round. We should do that shit, I didn't even make a sound. Couple drawouts came in, now we gotta take them out. Don't slip, come on niggas got it no doubt. Stage locked up, oh shit, the plug don't see no drought. Bro said he gotta move, pull show me the ins and outs. Said quick, we're in and we're out, if he's giving that up, then we're putting him down. Real trap nigga, grabbing them packs and I push it around. If the line goes stiff, then I'm hitting the strip and I pack it down. Said he got bits in the lab, got bits in the lab, bro, ring right now. I'm trying to make a killing right now. Fuck that bitch, I'm with it right now. Got this bitch trying to grab on my jumper. Thought I was a one-hit wonder. She calling me a one-hit wonder. Hit that once and where I went, yeah, I wonder. I ain't social fucker. More about these blunt replies. Well, these replies only gonna get blunter. Other side with some fantasy knives. Shit, you don't really wanna butt this cutter. I love going around on a gorgeous glide. Don't see a gorgeous number. My mum don't like how I play with knives. Or I'm also mother. I would have no joke when I take my life. So for now I gotta stay with my I gotta stay with my Smiles when the pack came in. Now we gotta break this down. In and out with the gorgeous thing. That was an amazing round. We should do that shit. I didn't even make a sound. Couple drawouts came in. Now we gotta take them Don't slip, don't slip. How many niggas got it no doubt? Sticks got top with shit. The plug don't see no drought. Bro said he got beef, can show me the ins and outs. Said quick, we're in and we're out. If he's giving it up, then we're putting him down.
Yeah.
I just. Oh, my mama jello, now she calling it love. Mix that level, no one ain't doing it better. Show myself. Throwing a fellow tantrum. Send me when I'm at me. Back be on my wish list, then I put her on my hit list. Feel like I'm on my business, live between on Christmas. So that I show myself. Feel like I'm fuck no one, throwing a fellow tantrum. Send me when I'm at me. Show these are gonna love me forever. I'm doing it big, these are gonna tell me they can't be better. Swag on me, that's proud of boost. Mix that oil, proud level. The bitch. And then on TV, bitch. Be the one. Now she calling it level. Make that level, no one ain't doing it better. Be when I'm at me. Be my wish list, then put on my hit list. See if I can mind my business, live between on Christmas. So that I show myself. Feel like I'm fuck no one, I don't wanna fail no tantrum. I'm missing the be with a magnet. Little things from my mind, give that little better your time. Came with a gang and a clan, niggas start switching the plan. Can't even hide my gangster, cause I keep Africa, no one can tell I'm shit in Japan. This when I play with a boy, there was no leg on line. Anytime you play with a boy, the good girl turn it back. Fuck with the 1-2 crew, now she wanna you move you. Give me the tools, and just watch how put my on my jello, now she calling it level. Mix that level, no one ain't doing it better. Try to show myself. On a fellow touch. Send me be when I'm at me. Be my wish list, then I put her on my hit list. See if I can mind my business, live between on Christmas. Start to show myself. Feel like I'm fuck no one, I don't wanna fail no tantrum. I'm sending me with a magnum. More than a million savings, but you can still get shaving. If I ever get caught with the pagans, I'm a night just waving. In my best life, like I'm on acing. In my best love, the altercation, but in my shine, that's the combination. Can't do the big box, no weakness. But when I bust man, it's grievous. They play back the CCTV when I banged him, my defense in Jesus. My brothers are ball like the Lakers. Every time I see the art, what the fuck? Every time I see the art, it's amazing. Me and Ross like Rihanna and Jason. When I stand up on the road, still left. Still chatting to my bros on the vet. Fuck that, man, I don't give a F. What you wanna get? Smoke cigarette? need shape like Kona. Skill name Fiona. Fiona. You need shape like Kona. Fuck, can't be next to you. When I sit up on the road, still left. Still chatting to my bros on the block. Fuck that, man, I don't give a F. What you wanna get? Smoke cigarette? English girl named Fiona. Fiona. You need shape like Kona.
Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you talking about, boy?
Hello, hey, I'm Skendo, you know my name. When you first I came my fame. I get my kind of big games, I'll take that shot and pull you in. Shut your mouth and fuck up face. In the bow, in the bow. You wanna see my mates. Night shift, I cut you. Better work and shot you, therefore done you. Yeah, I'm south to south, not too friendly, try to just hunt you. Go serve the packs, all of them bundles. Man, come to the dance, finish our minds to you. LW man winning, trying to do right, but I keep on sitting. I'm just chat love women, over the living. I'm doing the life you bid it. How many times I run down with it? I'm in the right head, fuck my village. Bridget, shame on you, cause I know you did it. Proud for the target, cool down, finished. Round to the head, for the camera's finished. Pagan village, doing that good, nice, doing that good. Man, just spin up the main. These guys are great. They talk about side man, so much side man, second place. They get on the road of options. Gang in the place is junction. Come up straight for the dungeons. Ain't no squares, my soul's not touching. Get on the road of options. Gang in the place is junction. Drop when I'm killing all rapping. I don't wanna hear no calls, no mentions, nothing. Most of these guys been done repeatedly. These boys still chatting. You got checked repeatedly. And oh, now nothing. I'm trying to say shh and do. Skill. I tell her in terms of finish. She's all free time for the show and look. I said it's time for blue. Hands on time for the talking thing that's telling me. Things on my back that's risky. The round can get fishy. Don't play enough man, chicks you kid me. All of my just get iffy. Man for cool now, anyone's pick me. Fuck double always been for book is big, but I still look silly. S1 on the back with brands is way too itchy. Aye, better man go cut up the way too itchy. White love bitch, I flipped in the field with drums on click. It's for open fist. I'll be dishing up more than shit. I'll be dishing up more than shit. Keys my batch, they're sticky. It's like it's sticky. If you know, then you know. Don't ask no questions. I know the shirt torn, told them already by the chunky clone. I heard that 2-3 popping, that's one hand of the gang. You got a block, and now your girlfriend one hand. Going on, I ain't got no time to cheat in a bench. And I probably milk in the mouth, my chase for the neck. Trap man, trap for the bread. Assassins, six, don't chop their bells. Feed my sons, them boy get fed. Hey boys, that bar got his leg. Can't be pissed, can't mind my bled. You metro, pop, you turn your coat. You take, you come for the ride, I'm sure you make my coat. Jump in the thing, it. You're happy, I put an extra slap it. Feeling a half with nice and way too jammy. This is my rocks, your ear. Young and brave, man, you're not on different page. On the 6 o'clock news at 6. What's the man,
she would drink my piss. Shit's on my dick, you can't tell me shit. I feel rich, I'm trying to get my trip. It's just like G for shit, I'm talking legit. I feel like man, I'm feeling my legs get kicked. Get a kiss, you fucking dip shit. Put my dick up with the lips. Lean to me like lipstick. Not a new tick on my hip. Spin, spin, spin.
Fuck!
I'm on my energy beach with a sweet one tan. She wanna learn, so I teach and slang. Like, what's going on, babe? How are you doing? I'm from London, so I speak with a twang. It's Tatsman K and the police too. I don't watch the news, I don't beef with the gang, but they said I wanna see it bland. If you fuck with them boys, don't reach for my so sweets in school that I tea from Poundland. Bro, fly them and the pound still land. Big Naira on Victoria Island, slap piling. I what pounded yam. Kinda surprised by the venue size. I'm going for 25,000 fans. Keep the clout, I'm out for the bands. Keep counting the days, baby, I'll be back. Well, go on. I ain't seen Shorty in a minute. She asked how I am, I said calm. She said I'm the man, I said in it. Posted up with my dog at yard. If you got a friend for my friend, then bring it. When I was broke, hot cold like December, but now I'm up my step, but springing. Baby, turn it around and spin it. I'm trying to bend your back and then dig it. I ain't unknown in the team, I did it. But I sprint outside of the club, tell bro, will you jump out quick and fill it. Say you're a good girl, said that you're timid. I think she a freak and I wanna admit it. I think she a freak and I wanna admit it. Now it's private ring, we don't go shop floor. I was poor, now champagne glasses spilling. You only spent one day, I was chilling. Now you don't want to live, saying where you were living. I get girl, I don't rape no women. Free all they get back, side in the jail. They ain't learning the skill, but they're barber trimming. Trust no one, I seen pop the sinning. You honestly think if I go put 100k on the table, my dog will kill him. Deep I'm with
Come out, nigga! Come out! Come out!
no drama, could have calm spinning. It's no car, yeah, I'm honest or Richmond. Well, go on. I ain't seen Shorty in a minute. She asked how I am, I said calm. She said I'm the man, I said in it. Posted up with my dog at yard. If you got a friend for my friend, then bring it. When I was broke, hot cold like December, but now I'm up my step, but springing.
I gotta get our goal too. What the fuck, boy?
Still in the States like Michigan citizen, still on the good condition. Guys in the bin, some littermen, cinnamon, brown and sweet, innocent. Most know the pack, dribbling, wriggling, got the handcuffs too stiff. But it is I'm charging my shows on. Hit cells
I
like
told
gold on.
on.
Wasting a life, erosion, two man blazing, I got the implosion. Basing me colon, stolen, dynamic thing, Kelly rolling. Chasing a car, patrolling, hoping to find a snake in a rodent. Spanish from 1940, surely the man who pulls up the walkie purely.
Please don't tell me that. Maybe you, bro. This fucking rival shit, bro. This fucking rivals bullshit, bro. They be on some bullshit, nigga. Like, bro, you can't say shit, bro. But you know what? That's my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault. I have to upgrade my grammar because I'm so used to cursing like a sailor a lot of times, bro. So I have to upgrade my vernacular. I just said that twice. Fuck. Yeah, man. That's to deal with it. It's the cost of this shit. You're gonna talk shit. You gotta be able to upgrade it. Essentially.
Small don't crack with a liquor, them fishermen friend hand signs like shipping them. Still in the States like Michigan citizen, still in the bro conditioning. Guys in the bin, some littermen, cinnamon, brown and sweet, excellent. Bro, snow with a pack, dribbling, wriggling, got our handcuffs too stiffening.
Ah, he was focusing the shit out of me when I last bit. I was risking the biscuit. Like Big T. From a younger, all I ever had was big dreams. I was trying to be a boss since I was 15. Something on the days and you're talking what did it mean? Gotta step into a mold when it is clean. From a younger, all I ever had was big dreams. I was trying to be a boss since I was 15. On the days you didn't conflict what it means. Gotta step into my mold when I fist clean. The big dogs. Tony outside, they stay with me tonight. Stay fun with the big dogs. Tony outside, they fun with me tonight. Outside, when you rolling with me tonight. Stay rolling with the big dogs. But you rolling with me tonight. Ah! Let's see, bro. Young alive, I was big dreams. I was trying to be a boss since I was 15. Trying to count the days, you just fucking what does it mean? Step into my mode when my fist clean. Young and all I ever had was big dreams. I was trying to be a boss since I was 15. Trying to tell the days, you just fucking what my kids mean. Oh! Say one with the big dogs. Running outside, but she's running with me tonight. Say one with the big dogs. She's running outside, but she's running with me tonight. The big dog. She's running outside, but she's running with me tonight. She say one with the big dog. She's running outside, but she's running with me tonight. T. Had to really TP up. Which we're not. Which we're not. We're not gonna lose.
Man, you know it's not fancy. Roll fisted, you know that it's landing. You know we can't stand it. Look good, we ain't ever look stranded. In the coop top down, tune banging. YG's outside just standing. What the corner is with you trying to bank it. With a broken whizzing in the coop. Your heart looking for the lead. You start guard with the feet. Get it in the beat. Look that got a lot of D. When I get the bag on my crew, gotta get it with the crew. Spend a couple hands for a shoe. Got a couple hands on my crew. That my boo. Bro, don't wait, that's who. That's that shit I got rude. I'm feeling on you. I'm just fronting on you. Just got something on you. Ain't running from you. Don't be running on you. Don't stop running on two. Got something on two. Bro, to run up on you. What's a whole run up on you? Don't also I do. I ain't even moving with food. Not me, my crew. Yeah. You know what? She's on the cello. Gucci, that's leaning and sweater. She like the phenomenal levels. I'm the one who test me. You seen your girl like a rice. She know I know I impress her. Like the ones I'm under pressure. Yeah. Now she wanna leave with me. Now she wanna leave with me. Don't look over you see. 24's getting this green. Dream cool on my dream. Man shouldn't come my team. Man shouldn't come my team. With the ball boom whizzing in the key. With the heart looking for the lead. They start dog get the pay. Get it in the beat. Look that got a lot of D. When I get the bag on my crew, gotta get it with the crew. Spend a couple hands for a shoe. Got a couple hands on my crew. That my boo. Bro, don't wait, that's who. That's that shit I got rude. I'm spinning on you.
Oh.
Just on you. Just got something on you. Ain't running from you. Me running on you. Just got run up on two. Got something on two. Bro, about to run up on you. Got a whole run up on you. Don't also I do. Ain't even moving with food. Not me, my crew. Gucci and Gucci bags. She give me Gucci and the beam convertible. I'm in Gucci and Gucci bags. It's the 600, this is real diamonds.
You would think. You would fucking think.
I got cold down inside, I sprite the bubble of mode to get my mode. I'm in Gucci and Gucci bags. She give me Gucci and the beam convertible. I'm in Gucci and Gucci bags. It's the 600, this is real diamonds. She's a see my pants, I'm a drop. She give me Gucci and the beam convertible.
What the fuck, man? One might be in for the books.
So if you feeling good tonight, to make you drop on the floor for me, girl. Tonight, to make you drop on the floor for me, girl.
Teed up.
fucked on two girls, I did more than two friends. I just fucked on two girls, I did more than two friends. Sell out, struggling. Sell out, M's, yeah. I get paid in euro, dollar, peso, even yen. I didn't down trap, getting rich like 50 Cent. I go at the end. French. That girl's motherfucker, she know my Dutch. I just fucked on two girls, I did more than two friends. I just fucked on two girls, I did more than two friends. Sell out, struggling. Sell out, struggling. M's, yeah. I get paid in euro, dollar, peso, even yen. I didn't down trap, getting rich like 50 Cent. I go at the end.
He's spanking us, bro. He's spanking us. I don't think you'll get it. I don't think you'll get it. I'm living a bro like movie and nobody's stopping me. The girl think it's pretty already. I learned nobody's your property. Seeing your friends and companies. The stars are troubling me. What the fuck? Then I got this spot in my fucking chat, bro. Like, golly. We need some real motherfuckers in here, bro. Like, what the fuck? No, I don't got no fucking League of Legends, nigga. What the fuck? Ray asked me the same fucking stupid ass questions. Can you read my lips? Read my lips, bro. Can you read my lips? Got him jumping. Got him jumping. Got still T. I still got T. I don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers ready for.
In the game, new day niggas is lame. It's so sad that nothing ain't changed. I get fame, label made you a slave. We did it for girls and fame. Don't be my team, keep quiet. Right now, my range, I feel like I'm paid. Watch the paper for if money ain't phone, ain't picking a call. These niggas ain't missing a school. We got the work on points, I missed the T.
Ah! Ah! Angles, all angles. You know you look good, all angles. I know you look good, all angles. Flex like Randall. That's when the beef don't bangle. Pin them cut a bangle. I look like a FIFA manual. Angles, you know you look good, all angles. Angles, I know you look good, all angles. No, I suck. Nigga said, ah! Ah! Oh! Ah! Fuck, bro. This nigga Wolverine fucking me up too, bro. Needed that. Oh, that nigga was brave. He dead. What the fuck? They was slapping shit, bro. All right, we gotta lock in for this. So let's go, bro. Ew, don't ban Penny, bro.
No more enemies, lies. Never. Like everybody in the jungle calling Tommy Lever.
Nigga said, fuck you gonna do, bro. Nigga said, fuck you gonna do, bro. Literally nothing. Nigga said, fuck you gonna do, bro. Hey, yo, that's what you really gotta start telling niggas, bro. Fuck you gonna do, bro. Nigga straight shut up. Oh! Oh, that was the wrong one. And by the time I noticed it, I was dead.
to me, so I got here on what's. I got eyes on my back, but it's not my ops, it's us. This girl so silly, she thinks she actually should love. Brazilian, she came from West, up Julio Diego Costa. Blew out her back then. Just bought like a bus jump. You was that kid with a flair, but you fell off. Up in your Oscar. Hot so if I ever grow a mustache.
Fuck.
When your music ain't on though. Lots on the rap. He's on Liam. Sixes on fire. Take it to students inspired. I cheated that sent back to your jacket is swag. Cause I'm clear, like I'm hired. A day in my life is a dream. I never get tired. Don't tell me that girl is a trier. So I'm a higher.
Nigga gonna say shark. I hope he didn't say that.
I need a girlfriend into me, so I got here on what? I got eyes on my back, but it's not my ops, it's us. This girl so silly, she thinks she has to share loves. Back Brazilian, she came from West, up Julio Diego Costa. Blew out her back then. I just bought like a wash job. Niggas that kid with a flair.
This nigga with the Sapaktu, bro. Easily knocks off like 4 or 5 motherfuckers. Easily.
These niggas professional, pussy they talk. Dressed in a body of Gucci and jewelry and us. Niggas tryna act for clout, like bro, stop. I'm gonna find that claim, we'll stay in the pull up. Pull up a post. Catch you, I know you're about. Trust your whole house. Running on the mouse, tired of the filming out. You better not feel with shoes, a nigga be splurging out. I got a work from India, test me, I'm no worse. I need a girlfriend, it's me, so I got here on what?
Bro.
I got eyes on my back, but it's not my box, it's us.
I can't even fucking depend on my healer. What the fuck, bro?
For the pain in my chest like a bench here. Found a chance, but the same on my dentist. I'm the same, but these girls all demented. Get me brain on her knee, she repented. I protected that scars on my pendant. Said she loved me, I don't think she meant it. For the pen in her heart was pretending. Are you there if my training was ending? Complaining my dad was authentic. Drop the top off a data beheaded. All of my jewels are offensive. But no one can't defend it. Comprehension, this money is spending. You attend if they ain't spending. I'm spraying this cash like an African wedding. I that this beef no more sending. They probably running my swags what they lending. I feel the tension, it wasn't my intention. I took a room and I felt their ascension. I bought a ball on the club, need refreshment. I don't care about no recession, I'm extra. I'm trying to geek. I faced the pill to my face. Put this shit off a deep for you, it wasn't a case. This money I chase to my babe, be so for the weight. Now she hate me, yeah, it's okay. Like the whip, my heart gonna race. I got rid of that way like a Zempic. For the pain in my chest like a venture. Found a chance, but the same on my dentist. I'm the same, but these girls all demented. Get me brain on her knee, she repented. I protected that scars on my pendant. Said she loved me, I don't think she meant it. Put a pen in her heart, was pretending. Are you there if my training was ending? I complaining my dad was authentic. Drop the top off a data beheaded. All of my jewels are offensive. But no one can't defend it. About comprehension, this money is spending. Wish I could put my heart at peace. Driving, she see me, I'm on it. They don't flow with ease. Clean up on my own in the CD. To my mama, my chain speed. She kisses things, you know, tell me to fuck me up. Told me be serious with time. I'm serious, and I'll be the time. Yeah, free to watch. The chains ain't glisten, it's lonely. My lip, my name be stuck on that tongue like a list. Complaints, you thought you were more my life. And I'm lost if you don't come number one. When you win, that's when you see all the love. So I put my best inside for this venue.
Come on. Shit. Fuck. motherfucker Jeff, bruh. Fuck! They basically saying fuck no, bro. Man, what the fuck? I was ready to say, bro, don't come in the chat with all that shit, bro. Motherfuckers be quick as shit to come in the chat and be like, man, all y'all niggas ass, bro. Y'all niggas ass. I'll be quick as shit to go back with four for the nigga, bro, sometimes, bro. Sometimes, bro. It depends on how heated I get. You know. Yeah. What's up? I gotta chill. Getting ready to play Fortnite. Rivals again. That high key pissed me off, bro. Like, bro, what the fuck? Let me get a win, bro. Let me get a win. I need to get a win. Oh, yeah. Text my mama, know what's up. Back then. The match ain't even ready to start. Might just have to hold that. Just might. Just might. Just might. Yep. All right. Fuck. I gotta tee up. Appreciate y'all for watching me on this late night, bro. Appreciate y'all for tuning on with me. You know, appreciate y'all on this road journey for success. You know what I'm saying? This road journey to success is gonna be it's a lonely road, but you know, y'all with me, so it ain't that lonely. Hold up. I gotta really be teed up. Fuck. Come on him. Dang. Man. Huh. Oh man. Fuck! I was really getting right with him. Fuck! Damn! Them shits be taking a lot of help. Damn! I gotta really be like real deal TP. Damn! I'm saying I gotta be on ridiculous TP. I get hit 2 times by some mediocre shit. Fuck! Shit. Fuck! Fuck. 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 Oh. Damn it. I realized I had that shit in the palm of my fucking hand. Alright, hold on. Fuck, bro. Damn it. I be literally having that shit in my like palm of my hands, bro. Then I get like little miney, little hits like that behind my back, or I'll just be surviving the whole thing. Like boom, get perfect parries. But my man's winded after that. I gotta really just be on my timing for real. Fuck, bro. Then it's like I gotta really be looking around for a whole bunch of little scavenger pieces. We gotta be so attentive to detail. Accuracy over speed. All right. All right. Keep on saying all right, then I get fucked up. But I gotta really be like extremely all right and T accuracy over speed. Fuck! Oh, alright. Fuck. Shit, bro. Damn, man. I'm tired of cussing. So this like this game is this it gotta be like extremely cheat on the content. I fucks with the graphics though. Stop they paying attention to me too. Bots are starting to smart up. I gotta take my time. Fuck! Fuck! Oh my god! I'm trying to find some little shit right there. Oh. Oh man. Oh. Accuracy over speed. Accuracy over speed. This game is actually giving me some challenge. Perfect parries, perfect dodge, perfect rage, all calculated. Perfect parries, perfect dodges, perfect execution, perfect rage. Accuracy over speed. They cooking the fuck out of me. I gotta fight. Fuck. They ain't giving me no help. I'd be extremely teased. Trying to wait for another health drop. Like, bro. Take what nigga can get. He is merciless with this shit. Fucking merciless.
everybody spotting for shit to gain. Been in the legacy, go on gym, but I'm used to the same. Caught in the trap, but the trap still in me. I'm gonna pay me to change. Feels like everything I say, you boys don't wanna listen. Had to tell my back and all of this fakes, and had to go through my mission. Street it look like a confession. Everything I say is a lesson. Everything is a blessing, baby. Everything you just wanted attention. To get in depression. I used to look up to my nose and let it keep calling my phone. Never gonna stop myself. Beat the hate from a million miles away. Beat the hate from a million miles away. Even though if you want, I know you won't try to stay. Big niggas keep pleasing, trying to stay by my name. You do anything, no, no, just for a slice of fame.